Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Movie Deputy Reviews, where I just realized I'm completely covered in potato fuzz. My apologies for those of my friends here on our video feed. But today, as I promised, we are here with Return of the Jedi, the third of the original 3 Star Wars movies. Now, back in 1983, when this one came out, they tried to summarize the story, thinking that this would be the end. We all know that's not the case. But if you have not seen this in a long time, or if you've got somebody who has never seen this and they're not familiar with the Star Wars stories, whether you introduce them to the original 3 and then the prequel 3 and things like that, or whether you watched them in succession as they were released, remember that it's just a story. I mean, it's an amazing story at that. But like I said, when they had this in 1983, they were basically expecting this to be the end. You've got this mythical feeling that's almost like they're trying to put too much into the story at once. You've got this mythical battle. You've got Luke as he's struggling with all of his responsibilities with the Empire, and as he's coming up to be this Jedi Knight, you've got the struggles that he's got in his head of dealing with everything that he now knows about his father. You've got all of this happening. And then, of course, you've got the Ewoks. They're my favorite creatures in this entire movie. I love the droids. I love these things. But the Ewoks, even as a little kid, those were my favorite. I mean, I was, 9 years old when this movie came out. So, or not quite 9. It came out, I guess, in March of that year. But I wasn't quite 9 yet. But they were such cute little cuddly creatures. It's like, to me, they were like big Care Bears. Yeah, I know, cheesy, I know, but that's what I thought of them with this. So hopefully that might put a little bit of a smile on your face. Now, if you have not seen Return of the Jedi in a long time, I was actually able to find a trailer. And yes, this is a poster here from the 40th anniversary re-release of this. And I just couldn't find one of the original posters that was in really good, high enough quality, not totally pixelated to show here with this, so I chose one of the re-release posters for that. But I do have the trailer for you, so I hope you are ready for that. As with so far what we are running into the Star Wars movies, I am giving Return of the Jedi, even with some of the intense fighting scenes, an innocent rating, just because these movies are timeless. So let's jump in and check out the trailer, and I will stop it if necessary for necessary commentary. So let's check it out.
Return for the climactic clash between the forces of good and evil.
That's a voice I'm sure you know well. James Earl Jones.
Return to a galaxy far, far away. Return of the Jedi. The next chapter in the continuing Star Wars saga. The battle for freedom rages on. The heart of a hero. The courage of a rebel. The strength of a leader. The loyalty of comrades. The power of the Force. The cunning of the enemy. A destiny revealed.
Is Darth Vader my father?
A legend fulfilled. An epic of heroes, villains, and aliens from 1,000 worlds. Major crap! The quest continues. The circle closes.
Now you got to remember too, as you're watching these trailers, this was not CGI. All of this was hand animated. They didn't have CGI yet for all of this. And so if you're thinking the graphics are kind of cheesy, remember, this is from 1983, which means it was being made in 81 and 82. So, I mean, that's, like I said, we didn't have all of the fancy stuff that we have today. So the fact that they were able to pull this off and look this good was exceptional.
The saga lives on. Return of the Jedi begins May 25th at a theater in your galaxy.
And as you can see, it came out May 25th of 1983. And let's see, June, July. So I turned 9 2 months later. So, because it was in July. So I wonder what you think about this. If you're just checking this out for the first time, if you are a fan of the newer Star Wars movies, but you've never really watched the originals, or if you've never watched the Star Wars series even a little bit, it would be fun to go back and re-experience it for the first time. And okay, if you're used to what we have in the modern day movies and you're watching this, you're going to be going, "Ugh, that's cheesy." And you're just going to probably recoil at some of the graphics and some of what's being done on the screen. But then when you realize that they didn't have CGI and they didn't have all the fancy stuff that we have nowadays, that this was all hand done, it just adds a little bit more of just wow, the wow factor of it. Now, you're probably wondering what the original review that I had on MovieDeputy.com was. Well, I'm about to share that with you next. I'm just going to scroll here. Sorry, I apologize. Scrolled past that a little bit. Loyalty and intrigue have been the basis for the idea since the beginning. This does not disappoint. All of the characters that we know and love have returned. There are some complications that have arisen from the knowledge that was gained at the end of The Empire Strikes Back, but that has not stopped them from doing what was needed. A daring rescue mission is necessary before they can move forward. Upon completion of that, they face a new set of challenges. The resurrection of something from their past has the potential to undo all that they have done for the Rebel Alliance. That does not stop the dark side from moving forward, though. Luke will find himself face to face with a situation that will challenge all that he knows. His decision will impact the past, present, and future of all of the alliances. Aside from that, the rest of the team works together to do what must be done in order to succeed in their mission. We do get to meet some new friends along the way that assist our friends on their mission. This third installment of the story seems to have it wrapped up. But that can't be all there is, though, can it? Some hints to some romantic involvements might lead to something more. There are also some familial bonds that are created that add even more intrigue to this epic saga. Will it be pursued? Let's hope so. And that was the original review that I had on MovieDeputy.com when I reviewed all of the Star Wars movies. So I, of course, wanted to share that with you. So I wonder what you thought about this. Is this one that you have seen long ago and you really enjoy it? Is this one that you've never seen and this is maybe creating some intrigue for you? I'm curious. I always love hearing feedback on that. I will say, I've heard people say that Empire is their favorite movie. I've heard a lot of people say Rogue One is their favorite movie. I've heard people say the different ones are their favorite movie. I've never heard somebody say that Return of the Jedi is their favorite movie. So if you are one of those that this happens to be your favorite movie, I would love to hear from you. So tag me on social media. If you are on social media with hashtag Movie Deputy or hashtag Movie Deputy Reviews, or you can always send me a message directly at moviedeputy@gmail.com. So I always look forward to hearing from all of you. I get the good, the bad, and the ugly. And no, I'm not talking about Clint Eastwood. I'm talking about the messages that I get from people. But so you're probably curious as to the score I gave Return of the Jedi. I'm going to probably surprise you a little bit with this one. I gave Return of the Jedi a 7 out of 10 on the Deputy scale. There is so much going on and it almost feels rushed throughout, but it is such a powerful story that it needed to be acknowledged for that, even with all the mistakes. Okay, yes, I am fully aware of the continuity errors and all of the other stuff that's going on with this, but this was, a story has to be really powerful to kind of overcome all those errors and kind of get past all of that. And I think a lot of these movies really do that. They are not without their flaws. Certainly, these ones are not without their flaws, but they are definitely a movie that defined a generation. So I got to give her credit for that. So if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and click subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you get the latest and the greatest Movie Deputy content. You're going to get my full interrogation of these movies. You're going to get my entire opinion of this as throughout the whole thing, the review of the movie itself with no spoilers ever, so you don't ever have to worry about that with me. And then, of course, I hope that I create at least enough intrigue or thought that if this is one that you're wanting to see or this is one you've been debating about seeing, that these reviews might either help you in a good way or a bad way. It's like, okay, maybe these are going to steer you towards it or maybe they'll steer you away from it. It all depends on your personal preferences. But as always, I promise it's going to be an adventure, and so here we are. But I will, of course, be returning to you soon. I will be back Wednesday with actually a newer movie for you. And don't worry, we are continuing with the Star Wars series as well. So I'll be back soon, everybody. Bye-bye.